everyone. Welcome to our online talk show. This is Ishita, welcoming you all once again. Let's talk, let's connect. Presenting the third International Youth Summit. Today, we are gonna have the fifth impact session on mom, dad, and you. That is effective communication with your parents. There is no manual that works for all parents. Every child is special, different, unique, and the circumstances are never the same. However, there are basic norms and guidelines that can be useful if it comes out to maintaining a good communication between parents and children. These guidelines are based on love and respect. Good communication basically allows both the parents and children to have and express what they actually feeling and what they think without being afraid of rejection. On the other hand, barriers to the communication like rejection, criticizing, interrogation, and even excessive use of social media that can damage your emotional relationship between parents and children. So today we are here really happy to have our special guest, Miss Madeline Taylor from New Zealand, and Mr. Ahmed Bari, chair of the session. So once again, hello to our lovely audience. I think you are already ready with your pen and the paper, right? Not only that, I'm gonna request you as usual, please share this video to your timeline with your friends and family and enjoy your learning with everyone. I'm also requesting you all, though I can see that comment box already I'm getting lots of comments. So again, I'm requesting whoever watching with us, please, and also didn't write in the comment box yet, please say hello and from which country you are watching, mention your country name as well. Not only that, we are here today with a surprise for you. And what's the surprise, right? You would like to know? The surprise is today we are going to give you again another training manual on anger management. But to get that gift, you have to follow few steps. Okay, are you ready to get the gift? The first step, you have to share this video to your timeline right now. Okay, and after sharing the video, you just need to knock International Youth Summit Facebook page inbox, like just message us that you have shared so that our team can check in your timeline, and definitely your timeline must be unlocked. If it's locked, then our team can't check. And after finishing this session, definitely you are gonna get that special gift from us. So viewers, please stay with us. First, I would like to go to Madeline, and I'm going to request her to please say a few words about yourself to our audience.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's very lovely to be here. Assalamu alaikum. I am speaking to you from New Zealand, where it is very windy, and I think some of the interference is occurring. I have 3 children who are now in their 20s, and I have to say that it has taught me a lot about maintaining good communication with our children. I also run a parent coaching stream to my work where I support parents to be able to manage their relationships with their children so that they can grow magnificent, competent, resilient in this crazy world we currently live in. Delighted to be here tonight with you all, and I look forward to your questions. Thank you, Thank you, Zanatun and Mr. Buddy, for having me on this afternoon.
It's an honor.
Thank you, Madeline. Thank you so much. So now I'm coming to Mr. Ahmed. Ahmed, please, if you say something today about today's topic to our audience, and by the time again to audience, please get ready with your questions and drop the questions to the comment box for our guest. Yes, please, Ahmed.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. It's fantastic day to start the 5th impact session, and this is what actually we got a lot of response from many viewers that they want to know how to communicate with the parents. So we come up with the idea that today we talk about this is the how to talk, how to make an effective communication with your parents. And those who are parents, or those who are going to be parents, or those are kids, this will be a fantastic session for you all. You will get some ideas, and I'm sure that this will impact in your life. And this is why we named this sessions impact session. Please do visit the other 4 impact session that we have already finished for the 3rd International Youth Summit. Those sessions will be removed from the website very soon, or the Facebook page very soon. So just quickly watch them and try to point out what are the ideas you can take from your future for your career planning, or your planning your life. So I'm again welcoming you all. But before going to the more about this topic, I'll just give you another opportunity to win a fantastic training manual. This is a training manual I'm going to give you today, and you can use it for your own training, in-house training, or for your own development, self-development, anything. You can use that training manual. It's on anger management. If you want to have that anger management ebooks, do share this video right now in your timeline, and just let us know that yes, I have shared my shared this video, and so that we can give you the ebooks. But not now. We are checking. We just usually take 7 days to process everything, and then we send it to you. So this is for me. But Ishita, I would like to request you to acknowledge a few names there, so
Yes,
that
sure.
we can know that who is joining with us. And
Definitely.
again, we see that for Madeline, we are having the global audience, not only from any particular country. We're having different countries.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amin. So I just want to acknowledge our audience. Here I can see that Farzana Jahid, Chandni, Irfan Haq, Shruti from Nepal, and Mamun Hassan from Bangladesh, Janisha Afroz, Shantosh, then Koshnur, Shumon, Iftekhar, Rashid Robin, Aparajita, study apply from any page maybe, then Khalid Mahmoud, Iftekhar Ahmed, Barkot Hassan from South Korea, Debangan from Bangladesh, Maksuda Saima, then Anis, Ibnul Ahsan, Farah Reza, Shakwat, Maksuda Saima, again for Parvez Rana, Shobuj, then Peter, Mohona, and many more people are joining. So thank you everyone for joining with us. And I can see that there are also lots of people are watching. So who haven't right yet, please say hello to our say hello in our comment box, so that we can
Exactly.
understand you were watching and hearing us properly and clearly. And again, audience, if you share the video, already shared the video in your timeline, please inbox us in the International Youth Summit page, so that we can understand you have done that and you will be eligible for getting that training manual.
Yeah, it's just not an ebook, it's a training manual, so that it will be much more beneficial for you to manage your anger. So I do requesting everyone to take this opportunity to get a free training manual from us. Is on anger management.
Yes.
Ishita. Yeah, and
So
also I think if you have some question, please do start writing the question to us. What are the challenge you are facing with your parents, or as a parents, what are the challenge you are facing with your kids? Then we can start more on that. And Ishita, back to you.
thank you. So audience, please stay with us and drop your question, please. Whatever, if you are facing any challenges with your parents, or as a parent you are facing any challenge, whatever it is, just share your questions with us. So now I want to come to Madeline. Madeline, what we face basically, sometimes as a child, we say that mom and dad doesn't understand me. They are just pressuring on me. They want me to be a doctor or engineer or like banker or whatever it is. They don't want to understand that what I want. But on the other hand, parents, they are thinking my child is impossible, totally out of control. I I don't know what will be happen. So in this situation, if you share like why these things sometimes happen between parents and children.
Thank you very much, Zanatun, for sharing that question. So firstly, no parent ever wants their children to do badly. So
Yes.
the prime reason for parents behaving the way they do is to support their children to be fabulous, to be wonderful, to have the opportunities and to be able to live a good life. So when your parents pushing, you're feeling that you need to ask your children to do things as parents, know that no parent is doing it to be just mean. They are doing it because they want children to have a good life. And so as a child, it's hard because we are really only thinking of our own individual happiness. But our parents are the other thing that parents don't know what it's world because it is very different to how they grew up. Therefore, we have to stop arguing, slow down, remember that parents love their children and children, the best way to be able to talk with each other is to be calm and peaceful and remember. Ahmed, would you like to say something else?
I think if I understand correctly, Madeline, so the Madeline wants to share that the parents wants the better of or the success to the kids, and the same time the kids also have some other challenges in their thing in their minds and everything. So we need to sit together to talk about this, and but the thing is how we're gonna start that talking. That's very important. But dear viewers, today in New Zealand there's a, I think there's the wind is very powerful, and there's a the weather is not good in New Zealand, so we are having some technical difficulties. Madeline, may I request you to just write down in the private chat so that I can just copy and just paste, or I'm not sure. I think the Ishida can copy and paste to
Yeah.
the audience, right? Can you do
Sure.
that?
Yeah, I
I'm
can
not
do
sure
it.
you can. Yeah, you can do that, right? So you can. So it's we are just we cannot listen you properly, or you can just yes. But I think it's okay. The question already came.
Yeah,
We
thank you,
can,
Ahmed.
yeah.
So before taking any question, I just want to read out one comment. The comment from Farzana Jahid. She said that
I'm actually breaking up with
his or her failures.
Ishita. Can you just pop up the question so that we can all see
Okay.
the question? Please pop up the question, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. That was not the question. Basically, that was
Mhm.
okay. There another question came from Melon. Why do son and daughter keep his or her parents in Vidhashram? Like
We'll
the old
definitely
topic.
talk about this, but this is not
Yeah,
at this moment. This is not the
yeah.
relevant at this moment. We'll definitely go for. this question later on.
Yes, I have another question that came from Mamun Hassan. He said that what is the best way to understand the feelings as a child to parent and as a parent to child? What effective communication medium can be used to understand them? So, Ahmed, would you like to?
Yeah, I actually, yeah, today I thought like Madeline will cover a lot of things. Madeline, can you just try one more time?
So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you can speak. Yeah.
sure. So that question is that question is about how we communicate as human beings, regardless of child parent. We're bestly able to listen to each other, which means we have to be calm. It means that we have to have the time to spend, instead of jumping in and over talking and cutting each other off. We have to allow time for each person to finish their sentence. And then when the sentence has been finished, the person listening needs to be able to demonstrate, to show that they have heard what the other person has said, both the information and the feelings that go with it. So when I'm listening to my son, who might be saying, "Mom, you're not understanding me. I don't know. You're not listening to me." My way of listening to him is to say, "You are angry. I can hear that. And you think I'm not listening to you." So we have to slow down the interaction. Communication is a two-way, and we want to persuade anyone to do anything. We mostly understand why they would come at it from that idea or come with that opinion. We cannot influence people or change their mind unless we truly understand what motivates them. And so that makes it hard because we're really wanting to advocate ourselves. So a mother says, "I want you to do this," says, "I want to do that." And we're not listening to each other. We're just talking at each other. And so we have to stop and listen and go, "Oh, that's what you said is this." And they go, "Yes, yes, that's what I said." And then the other person gets a chance to say what they need. And this person then listens. And we repeat the whole cycle. So we listen,
I think, yeah,
we spellings, and
yes,
the outcome.
we're having technical difficulties with you. Just write few words. Ishita, can you just
Yeah,
copy and paste
yeah,
in the
sure,
live comments, the last
definitely.
one?
Yeah,
Last one.
last
And
one. Yeah.
Madeline, I'm sorry to interrupt because we are having some difficulties. And also ask the audience whether they can listen us properly. If not, I'm gonna definitely repeat for them.
Uh,
Um,
Hello,
um,
audience. If you are facing difficulties to listening or hearing us, please share in the comment box so that we can repeat that again. So
mhm,
please share with us that whether you can hear us
yeah.
properly or not.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If
Yeah,
I
Amit.
understand if I understand correctly, Madeline, the idea is when as a because we know that our case for me, this is my kid. Okay, so he didn't attend any kind of like training program, and especially in Asian country and many other countries, they don't have the in the school program they don't have that kind of training how to communicate with your parents because they just mostly focus on the rhymes, mathematics, chemistry, and but some might say that argue with me that no, we these and that. That's quite okay. I do understand. That's very good. Clap for you all. But when we have like the major challenge we face with communicating with our parents, parents to kids or kids to parents is we don't try to listen to them. That's the main thing. Like actually, if you see my position, this is the position. I'm not sure whether you can see that. If I am showing that I'm the taller than him and I'm just communicating with him in this way, it never, this is not a good way to communicate, because I'm actually try to dominate with my heights, and kids are of course they're little, so their heights are not good, so they will remain that we are not actually giving them the priorities. So then the needs is we have to sit down with them and try to make the eye contact, the same to same eye contact. When we have the eye contact, then we can establish a good communication. This is very important thing that we must have to address on eye contact. And having said that, I'm also having some problem when my kid actually wants to talk and he wants to grab the attention. Look at me, look at me, look at me. So this is what actually I do understand. Then I might be busy with something. Then I said, let me finish my work and then I'm gonna look at you. So just wait for 5 minutes or wait for 3 minutes. And unless you face to face have the good communication, you cannot actually establish rapport, and then we never come to the solution. So the first stage to have the communication, like let me just give my another toy. So this is maybe the mother, yeah, this is the mother and this is the cute little baby. So the mother need to be sit down together so that they have the common eye contact, and then you start. And if the kids are excited just to jumping around, just say, can you just sit down like an adult, a gentleman or gentlewoman, and then we can communicate. So this is the way actually the best communication start. This is the only the first step of the, like you have to, you cannot just like you are the top and your kids is the bottom. You cannot just like this. You have to come down in an equal level, and that's the way actually the communication start happening. So this is very important position to have a better effective communication with your kids. Remember this thing that as I told you, like we don't have the much training program in our schools, how to communicate with the, or how to make it better communication with your parents, because the school are busy with their own academic programs and other things. So, and also they, when a teacher actually taking classes and classes after classes, they are actually exhausted, so they cannot manage their own emotions. So they actually give, sometimes they also react differently. So this makes this little baby don't know where to go. So he has lot of questions, because this is the time to explore everything for him. Maybe you and me, who are actually grown-ups, very good adult, become a very good adult, we have seen a lot of things, and we actually scared from our past that they will get hurt by the mistakes. So we also try to protect them, not to have some kind of like uh, hurt by anything from anywhere, because that is our life. In our life we actually have the fear, so that we don't want to share those things, and we want them to just close your eyes, don't see anything what's happened, don't do anything without my permission, don't do any this and that. So this is actually because we have the concern and we want them to become successful. So this is what we do. So for successful relationship, we, when they have any questions, as a mother we have to come down, or as a parents we have to come down and just listen to them. This is the best way to start the communication. Once you start communicating and listen to them, you don't need to fulfill their demands, but to listen them will actually make an effective communication. This is for me at this moment.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ahmed.
Mhm.
I can say that lots of questions already came over here.
Yes.
So, yeah, definitely you mentioned a really good thing regarding the
Mhm.
communication. We have to talk
Mhm.
in the like face to face in the same
Mhm.
height or direction. So I'm gonna check the next question. The next question is from Devangan. He said that is there any way to stop conflict between mother and father, because this conflict is very bad for child.
Yes.
Okay, Madeline.
Madeline. You go first, then I'll talk.
Yeah.
So I think that it's really true that it's important to be able to not fight in front of your children. But what is more important is to show how you can make and find a resolution, find a way to, because not the fighting that upsets the children,
Yep.
unless it becomes physical and it's psychologically damaging. What upsets the children is no resolution. So having conflict is normal. What is not usual is so I will also write this in the if you think that the fighting is beyond normal,
We are having problem, right, Ishita?
Okay, I think there is some technical problem happening. So Ahmed, I would like to request you, please, if you say a few words about
Um,
that.
can you just when you display, just display the relevant questions so that I can follow on that? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
sorry that, yeah. Hmm. Sorry, Madeline, I request you to type. You are here with us. Thank you so much. But type and share. Can you go to the Your Summit page? I think you can go and interact with the Your Summit page rather than private chat. And Ishita, can you just copy the private chat and
Yeah,
can
sure.
paste in the, yeah,
Yeah.
start doing that thing. So what is the question? Just let me share the question so that I can know that just for a few seconds again.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Any way to stop conflict? Okay, just leave it. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Um, actually, leave that question, leave that display. Yeah.
Please you carry
Hmm.
on. I'm just copying the Madam's one, then I'm just removing that
Okay,
one.
sure, sure. Thank you so much. Okay, I just need only for a few seconds, then you go to. So actually, as a child, it is very difficult to say in front of you of your parents, don't do this and don't that, because they are actually emotionally challenged and they are not in a stable condition so that they can listen to you. In fact, when you interfere in between the conflict, actually they might be get angry with you also, and they will say react with it. So to become and as I said, that emotional intelligence is very important to understand how you can have the conversation with them is better. Just when they calm down, when they cool down, you can talk to them personally and you can say, Dad, I would like to talk about this because when you have something with your so when something you have something with my mom, I feel really scared and feel really uncomfortable and sad. So may I request you to just to think how we can or take some professional help or something so that you can manage. And also it is not good for your health. And the similar thing, you can go to your mom and just you talk to your mom the same thing. So this is one thing you can do. It's very open way of communication. There must be some other intelligent way to communication, but the thing is, like, if you really as a child, if you want to um, do something, I think the best way, when they are calm down, you can talk to them like, can you just work out this the issues, or can you just take a professional help? And obviously is they are not going to take any professional help because it's a part of. And in our Asian culture, or in many culture, many other cities culture, they said like, it is okay to have the challenge moment. It is okay to have the emotional storm, and accept it, deal it, and just or try to forget it and just go through with life. And but inside, actually, it creates the emotional wound, and those emotional wounds never actually heal. So I do understand. I appreciate the question, but at the same time, I do ask you to the apply the technique that I always say, like breathe, calm down yourself, breathe, and talk to yourself that you are frustrated, you are sad with the seeing that situation. And similarly, you can also teach your parents that when you are facing challenge moment, you think you're going to fight with your partner. It's better to just calm down and breathe, so that you can control your emotions. So
Thank
this
you.
is okay. So
Thank you
you
so
want me
much,
to
Ahmed.
answer this? Yeah.
Yes, this is a
I'm not
good
sure
question.
about.
Like,
Okay, how to make parents our best friend. This is a very
yes,
good. It would be lovely to make our
yes,
parents a best friend. It is not a one-way communication. It should be two-way communication. Maybe you are expecting that you want to share everything with your parents, but if they are not come to open up with you, so it will be difficult to have a good relationship. So the best way to from your side, if I say like you're thinking how you can become a good friend to your parents, the best way to maintain that a good effective communication, that's mean you listen to them, what they are saying. If you're not even understand, or if you're not agree with those conversation, still you can express your opinion, but or ideas, but saying that with the respect that this is my opinion. So you can say that uh, I'm not sure, or can you just explain me more, or I'm not agree with this thing, but it might be you can say to your parents that, oh, this is a good idea, but it's a good idea. So this is very important, crucial things. When you say someone that, even though you are not like the idea, you can say that, oh, it's a good idea, however, I have some other things to share with you. So this will actually, the other people will feel that you are actually respecting the ideas he's placing to you. So to become a good friend, it is very important that you always, and another thing you can also share that I understand. So this means that the other person will acknowledge that you actually listen to him with your attention. So these are few tips to make your parents, to become a good friends with your parents. But it actually starts as a parents, because when you are a kid or you're a child, you don't know what is good for you, or you don't, sometimes we don't actually value what you are saying. So as a parents, if I'm open up with my kid, to give them that trust, that you can trust me as your friend and you can share me, then the relationship starts. So it is, I think, as a parents should start first, because when you are not parents then, but even though when you are grown up and you are not, you can start conversation, you can share with them. Just think what you can share with your best friend. Can you share the similar things with your family, with your parents? If that is happening, then you can know. But if you keep some secret, and if you just say that I'm your best friend, but you keep some secrets, so I'm not sure how the best friend thing will carry on. Ishita, please carry on and push me to finish fast.
sure.
Madeline, we are not sure, and you can go to the
She's
International Youth Summit.
she's writing in the private chat. I'm just
Okay,
putting those in the comment box
okay,
from
all right,
on
all
top
right,
of her.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so can I go for the next question, please?
yes, please, quickly. Yeah.
Okay, so I can see that Mr. Humayun Kabir, he put like a question that goes with the current situation, kind of. Like he said that his son works as a merchandiser in a company. So now he is doing work from home. So because of that, like the time and all is totally crazy, no fixed time and all. So most of the time he is like busy with the work and all. So he is basically missing, and that he used to do the gossiping or the talking with his son like in the evening hour. So now he is missing all these things. So he
Yep.
is asking that work from home taking away father and son priceless moment. So what
Yeah.
should we do?
So it is like, just imagine that I give you 10 people for match, having a football match, and they don't have any idea which position who will play. And you as a coach, just take them and just go for a competition. What will happen? Everyone will play differently. So I believe as a concerned parents and educated parents, you do understand that suddenly everything change and we cannot manage what actually happening. But over the time, actually, all this home-based office will become settled down. Everything will around us will everyone will have their way of policy and other strategy how they can manage their office hours, because it's happening also in our business in everywhere. Like but if I see in back to New Zealand, it's not like they know, even though you are doing home office from home, you actually can maintain your time. But this is completely new for sudden change in Asian countries and whoever the COVID 19 infected countries or the pandemic situation, everything's changed. So this is why I think you have to support your career, support your son's career, because this is important for him. And you can just ask or you can just make out, because this is the time for adjustment, this is the time for understanding, because his career is also important. And at this moment private organization, they cannot manage actually the time. And but over the time I think they will actually gradually everyone will understand that being in at home or work at home is not 24, it should be a limit. So it will become. Thank you, Ishita. Next.
Thank you, Amin.
Or Madeline, if you have, if you just check, always check the Madeline comments. I can see that Madeline put some comments. When I'm
Yeah,
making
I
the comments, you
already,
can copy. Yeah.
yes, I already did
Mhm.
that one. Okay,
Mhm.
so I got another question from Sanjida. She said that I'm too much younger for the family, uh,
Mhm.
to them, yet I am not up to take a decision, even a part of their discussion. Having friendly is too beyond. So he
Yeah,
made,
Sanjita,
yeah,
it is absolutely right. It's not only for you; it's for many kids, and they're actually this struggling. So I'm just giving you one simple example, and I want that uh, understand the issue how actually you can change your next life, your I mean the next is upcoming futures. You can how you can change your upcoming future. Just imagine that when we have the first world war in 1990s, or the beginning, and people actually start writing with the pen, and or maybe mostly start writing the pen, and after that they started writing with the typewriter. And then after the second world war, when we have the invented electric typewriters, and everyone just scared. And those who are in the back generation, they always say write me a letter with the pen, not the typewriter. They cannot understand the typewriting stuff. And then we have the electronic typewriter, and then we have the computers. When the computer came, the electronic typewriter people, they say I don't understand the computer things, I need the typewriter things. So then now what's happening, the new generation are actually communicating each other with the devices, that's mean phones, tabs, or laptops. So then the generation old generation, they don't understand these things, and they think it's crazy, and you all are lazy, you are just good for nothing. So this is what the generation, actually the technology and scenery is changing. So it is, I think that as the next generation of the, I think is upcoming generation, I do believe that this is actually happening. In just imagine that your parents or my parents, they don't have the opportunity to talk in live or have this kind of one-to-one session, and having some people from New Zealand, some people from Uganda, or some people from, we are having a network of the communication. It is not happening in their life. They don't even have that much friend. A Facebook friend, we have like 5,000 friends or 6,000 friends, and or maybe some have like million followers. So their way of develop themselves is completely different the way you are facing. So even though like you want to share something, but they are not accepting, but if still you can contribute by just you can say like, never say like I have a suggestion, just say I have an idea, can I share my idea. I think this is the another crucial things impacting. Just I already mentioned that appreciate, always appreciate other people. This I think that this will be the my one, the third one. The first one said appreciate the other person. Oh, it's a very good idea. Even though you don't agree with that, you can say it's a good idea. That's the way you actually continue the communication. And the moment you said it's a bad idea, it will shut down and the communication not going to happen. The second thing
yeah,
is like uh, the first one is, and the second thing is breathe. That breathing is important to calm down yourself. The breathing, always try to control yourself by breathing. and don't get excited and act rather than react. And the third one, I say, like when you start any conversation with anyone, you can say, may I just just add an idea? It's just idea. I'm just placing. Whether you like it, accept it. If you don't like it, do not accept it. But may I present this idea? But when you come with the, I have a suggestion, I have an opinion, then people will start block there. No. You are still young. You don't have no idea. No, sir, you didn't see the world, so you cannot have the opinion. So it's better to start with the idea. Thank you, Ishita. I
Thank you,
think
Ahmed.
Madeline, just put all your comments. We just put, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
we cannot just take, or is there any way, another idea, Madeline, another idea? Are you listening to me? Just raise your hand. Yeah. Can you turn off your video and just communicate with us with the voice?
Audio. Yeah.
Just
I
only
think
audio.
that can help.
Can you talk, Madeline?
Is that better?
Much better.
Yes. That's great. Okay. So we
Okay.
can go with the
Next question. Next question goes to the Madeline. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see
to
see on the screen?
Madeline, the next question, like sometimes we see that parents are comparing with other children. So how can we overcome that situation?
So I think that's another very hard situation. And firstly, we have to know that the reason parents are comparing us is because they want us to do so well. You have a competition in your country, and so they know how important it is for you to be able to work really, really hard so that they have you achieve what it is they know you're capable. So the first thing is to remember they're comparing you because they love you and they want you to succeed well. Of course, it doesn't feel like that to you. It makes you feel horrible. And be, Buddy said, be calm and talk to them in a time everybody is calm and ask them if they were able to know what it is like for you when they compare you with other people. Because they may not think about what that feels like for you and how it demotivates you and makes you less able to succeed. If they knew that, they'd probably stop doing it, but fighting it won't help. So
Yes.
going back to the original ideas of speaking calmly, acknowledging that they want you to do really well, being able to say, I've got another idea about how we might work this. Would you be able to listen to me? Now, if they say no, you go to your bedroom and cry, right? And you think of another way.
Yes.
That's
Thank
the
you.
truth.
Exactly.
Because
Thank
we have to keep going and never give up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, Ahmed.
no, this is the thing. Like
Yeah.
you it is a common thing, and I think it's a kind of weapon. The parents think it's a very good weapon to use to humiliate you so that you can change. Actually,
Yeah.
it never works. But this is a human nature, and because it you have to think that how they develop. They were also bullied by their parents. This is, we
Yes.
have to understand that when you can understand that this is the way they actually evolved themselves, they've been bullied by their parents, and that's why they actually now they think this is the weapon to use with others. So during my teachers training session, I do a lot of teachers training, and I ask the teachers, like, when the students are making sound, what do you do? And they said, silence, like very sharply. They just said silence, so that everyone just afraid of. And then I asked, what, from where you learn these skills? then they say, I see other teachers, or I see my parents, or I see my teachers. So this is the way they learn. So the learning process is how they're learning around, from their environment, and that actually they think this is a good way to deal the situation, because that's the way they've been treated by their parents or their family members and other people. So don't get of course it's very hard for to receive this kind of feedback from the parents when they are comparing with you with someone. So
Mhm.
I still, but you still believe that you are different, you are unique. So you come up with the ideas, so that you can say to them, as Madeline said, that you can ask that, how does it feel to you when you compare to them? Maybe they have question, they have answer. Trust me, they will have answer. So maybe you will go and cry and come up with the new ideas. But you have to
Exactly.
believe, yeah, it's very positive. Yeah. What's the
So,
next
Amit,
question?
yeah,
Hmm,
thank you, Amit. So, in connection to your and Madeline's answer of the
hmm,
last question, I
hmm,
want to come
hmm.
up with another interesting one. Like
Yeah.
that is came from Shruti. She said
Hmm,
that children have more demands in comparison to parents. Yes,
hmm.
and so there are some demands which can't be fulfilled by parents, like
Yeah.
going for a long tour, spending money on parties, and so on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how do you suggest parents to manage it and make your child happy?
It is a very challenging. Thank you, Stuti, for sharing this beautiful question. I think it is not only,
So
yeah,
here's the thing.
Madeline. Yeah, carry on.
Yes.
Our So this is a really modern problem because we live in a world of
Indulgence.
overindulgence, and our children have grown up with so much stuff that they expect to get more and stuff. Now we know that stuff doesn't make people happy. What makes people happy is relationships and love and being connected. That's what really makes people happy. And so there's a fabulous piece of research that came out of the States, and they've written a book called How Much is Too Much?
Yeah.
And I would really encourage you to do some reading about how to manage that. They have a parenting highway that they use that looks at how much nurture and care we give our children and how much structure we give our children. Now, our children know that if they nag you, you will give in. So you look at the way that you interact with your children and what the rules are about nagging, because otherwise they'll get you every time and you'll give in. And what you're trying to do now is to change a habit of the way that you parent. So we need to create new rules about how the family works together, like a treaty, thinking about the values that you want as a family, and talk and communicate the new way. Now, especially when it's a wonderful opportunity being all home together to be able to reset the family. Even though you're in close quarters and you drive each other crazy from time to time, this is a magic time that we may not get again, and really take the opportunity to think about how do you want your family to be? Do you want to be fighting all the time, or do you want to play games? Do you want to be laughing? Do you want to be cooking together? Thinking about how you want to be as a family and what that looks like. Because if you start slowly and build up new habits, you can change the atmosphere in your family very, very quickly, especially if you have children. Uh, with these things, we need the structure, what time we get up in the morning, when we work, when we have some singing, when we do some dancing, when we do some cleaning, when we look after our bodies, when we go to sleep. All of those things, we need to create a structure, and that helps our children to feel safe. I'll hand to
Yes.
you now, Mr. Buddy.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I'm not
So
going to. I'm not. Yeah.
yeah,
Ishita, you can just put more
yeah.
comments
I
of
want to
Taylor.
take the another question because lots
Yeah.
of comments are
A
came in.
question. Yes, please.
So
Come to
I'm
the next.
getting the same question from few of them. So I just want to summarize that. The question is does modernization of this generation affect the relationship between parents and children, or like the generation gap between the parents and children? How we can overcome that?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. It is. It's actually. It's. I think it's a. Yeah.
So there are four.
It's okay. Yeah. Come on, Madeline. You're the
Yeah.
speaker
Sure.
of this session. So you start first. I will supplement.
Okay. There are four questions that you can ask yourself when you are parenting that will help you know if you are parenting in the right way. The first question is, if I do children's developmental needs met. So therefore we have to understand at what the child is at within your culture. And so there's lots of information about that on the web. You can have a look at that, Erickson's developmental stages. I can put that into the chat so you can look at. So that's the first question. Are my children's need, not what, being met by giving this thing? The second question is, if this is taking too much resource from the family. So is it, if it's money resource or emotional or spiritual resource or time resource, is that child having too much compared to the parents and compared to the rest of the family?
Yeah.
The third question is this being met? Is this need being met? Is it the need of the child or is it the need of the parent?
Yeah.
So, Paul, if I'm shopping and my child behaves badly, and I give them the lolly they ask for just to make them be quiet so they don't scream in the supermarket,
Yeah.
then actually meeting my needs as a parent, not the child's needs to learn to be respectful. The fourth question is, does this, whatever it is, damage the community, the extended family, the planet in some way? So if I give in to my child that they become horrible, or does that mean that they become a spoilt brat, which then means that further down the track they become impossible to work with?
Yeah. Madeline, I have to
So
stop you
those are four
here.
questions
Yeah.
that you can
Yeah.
ask.
So
Who's
can
is
you
it the
just
need of?
write down this in the private
Sure.
chat box so that we can put in
Yeah.
the
Just the
comment box
questions.
so that
Yeah.
question. And if there are any live
Sure.
comments you want to add, you can just add on the comments, and I'll be very happy because the sound quality also is very challenging. But I'm promise I'm going to bring you back to the audience because this is a fantastic session. We want to have another more conversation on these things, and these are actually impact for the young guys, and so that you can learn how to become a good parents to your
Yeah.
kids. So this is why we want, and this is what actually happens. So technology and actually helping us to understand and bring closer to us to share our ideas. So I'm requesting and I'm thanking you all to put all these beautiful questions. So Ishita, can you just Muksada
Yeah.
Saima? She has
Yes,
one
I was
question. Yeah,
just, yeah,
yeah.
that's the like
I will
another
answer one.
important question. Thank you so much, Mastura Mohana, for bringing it out. So the question is, when parents get divorced, it affects the children. So what should parents do? So Ahmed, please.
I think. Oh, this is. I cannot just like. I can share just an idea because
Yeah, sure.
maybe that Madeline can say something. Actually, this is very challenging for many broken family kids. But there must be some good reason the parents are being separated or divorced. There for some very good reason. So at that moment, as a parents, they should actually openly talk to the kids why they are not staying together, or they have to take this extreme decision to being separated. So, and they have to maintain a communication. Actually, what happened that in ours in the society or the social different social culture, we come up with a different solution for them. We talk about negative. We talk about our most of the time when you have the relationship challenge and you talk about bad about the next you bad about the relationship, that father was bad or mother was bad, and they put a lot of bad stuff so that in the child mentality these things they take it in a different way. But every human has their I think they have their way of they have their own right, they have their own feelings, and they can make their own decision. This is why we're human being and we're living in a modern society or modern environment. So I think in that situation, I think the parents should have a more open conversation with the kids from both sides. Even though they are taking some decision, they have to give time to inhale and keep communication, because the child is the common person to both of them. So they must, whatever the decision they made, they must keep a common relationship and keep the relationship open for everyone. So it is often happens like whoever have the custody of the kids, they don't want the other person will have the interaction with the kids. So this is not a good practice. So I think it needs more policy change. It needs more counseling to everyone, all the parents and everything. So this is
Yeah.
what for me. But I think Madeline can answer more, and she can put later so that we can have her opinion. So if you come back to this video again, and Ishita, we forget to tell that what are the gift we have for them.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah,
was just supposed to tell.
quickly.
So, audience, just a quick reminder once again, whoever watching with us, there is a ebook training material. So, not ebook, it's a training material on anger management as a gift for you. To get that gift, you need to share this video in your timeline, and you have to just send us a message in our
Yes,
International
I have
Summit
shared.
Facebook
Yeah.
page that you have shared that video, so that our team can just check all those things, and you will be eligible for to get that gift. And this gift you will get by next 1 week.
Within 7 days.
So
7 days,
within
1 week.
7
Yeah.
days, yeah.
Okay.
So
Ishita, I would
definitely
like
please
to.
do
Yeah.
share.
I would
Yeah,
like to. I like to take one question from here. I'm not sure whether you said. Just let me just
is
share
it
it very
from
quickly. It's
Janita?
very
Okay,
no.
yeah, sure.
It's Maksuda Sama. She said like how to develop the positive mentality or positive
Okay,
thinking,
sure,
emotional.
sure.
So the
Okay,
positive thinking, I always say like for everyone, whoever here now,
yeah,
and for everyone, focus only three things every day. Only three things that makes you happy or satisfied every day, because the whole day you might not be remain happy. Just try to focus, try to find out three things. This is a very small activity, but over the time of 1 month it helps you build your positive mentality, so that whenever you see anything negative you can think positive. That like last night I was talking in another talk show, and everyone said like sad, very much sad, they're going to just everything, the economy is destroying, people are dying, we are having so many problems and everything. And when it comes to my side, I say like, can we just laugh? Because we the talk show calls as positive mentality, so why we are just having some, so just think about the positive. So this is actually happened to me. I just say like, start love, because we have to love because we are alive here. We have to show our gratitude that we are actually healing the environment. We have to gratitude that we are spending time with our family, because we are so busy with our everyday life we cannot spend time with our family. So it's every time in your mind, when you just focus on three positive things, only just three positive things every single day, it actually build up your mind to focus only the positive thing, and even all those negative things you can see positive thing. Why it is important? When you have the positive mentality or positive thinking or positive focus, you can become a good problem solver, you can solve. But the more you think about the negative thing, the more you think that everything is just you cannot come up with any solution, and actually that
yeah,
makes you more frustrated. I see a
Thank
lot of successful trainers, a lot of successful people just focusing the negative thing that destroy their career. So just remain positive. The tools is only focus three things every single day and write it down, write it down, write it down. Please. Thank you, Ishita.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you. So, audience, definitely we are gonna take some extra time because we have we are facing some technical difficulties. So, and there are lots of questions. So, we want to
Yes,
cover the question as much
please.
as possible.
Possible.
So,
Yeah.
the next question from Janisha, she said that sometimes parents don't want to understand what I am doing something important in online. They think that I am wasting time. What to do in that situation? Amit, please.
Okay, Madeline, just let me take this one, and then I will
Okay.
ask you. So this is very fantastic thing. I would like to share. Yesterday, the thing is like the talk show where I was there. So we have connected some young guys, and it was like midnight. It was in the midnight. So I saw a young guys. His parents are coming and just poking in the camera whether he's in a real he's doing the chatting with the friends or he is actually in the talk show. It just looks very embarrassed, but it has happened. So this is what actually the parents don't understand. So what is important to you, or I say like everyone, uh, give a open communication. Just go and talk to them, mom or dad. I'm going to do some important works. Do you have anything to share with me, or do you want me to do something finish? Because I would like to do this work, and I don't want to be disturbed, or I don't want to be interfered. So the more you open, as you many of you said, like how I can become a good friend. Think as a good friend or best friend, what kind of attitude you do with your real friend, and then apply those in your real life with your parents. Can you just go and open, and you can, it's just don't say that I have a it's important work. You can say I have a important work to watch the international youth summit video, or I have a important talk with Madeline Taylor, so I don't want to be disturbed, or I have an important talk with Ahmed Bari or Zanatun or whoever the person. So you must define what actually important to you, and manage to or share with them so that they actually learn. Don't just say I have some important thing, because this is the very good way to excuse many people do that. I have assignment and I'll come late, but actually they are just having fun in the cafe. So that's why the parents don't trust them. Or so building trust is very important. So when you have the open communication with them, I think they will more trust for they, and they will not disturb you, and they will actually help you to have your work done without any interruption. Yes, Ishida.
Thank you. Thank you. So there, another next question I want to take just quickly. That is from Mr. Mamun Hassan. He said that lots of working parents
Mhm.
leave their children to grandparents or relatives at home or sometimes at
Mhm.
daycare during their office time, which
Mhm.
results the children get very little quality time from their parents. Don't we think we are doing wrong? Uh, Wrong though we earn money for family.
Yeah. Thank you, Mamun, for giving this one, because I can give one. This is a reality, because when I actually run early stage, I have a business, and that is called I have run a daycare business actually. So we actually look after, and it is true, it is hard, but that's the reality. So the best way to cope with this situation is to when you finish your work, when you take your children from the daycare, you have to plan a quality time for him, and try to do as much as possible, try to give time as much as possible, because your career is also important, and everything is changed. And I'm not appreciate that educated lady, or whatever educated, whatever, a lady should not just remain at a home to look after the child. So she might have the interest to start her career. We must respect that. And I think the more this is a social change in different countries. Maybe in developed country they already adapt with this thing, they don't mind anything, and the kids are also happy to have the spend time with the daycare, because in the daycare they have environment to play with other people. And actually we in the daycare we do a lot of activities, the art competition, singing, we develop them, dance, or a lot of things happen if it is a quality daycare center. it's not just only you keep someone. So actually in the daycare center, so if the kids are kept by the grandmother and grandfather, you must need to guide them how to do the parenting. It's not the same parenting the way they do with you, like go there, do that, because I know that it is happening everywhere. So you must tell them, show them how to do the modern communication style with the kids, so that they can, because you have to remember your kids or this generation within last 10 years, everyone born with the mobile phone.
Yeah.
How?
Thank you.
Because the moment, yes, thank you. So the mobile
Thank
phone,
you.
so you have to think their
Yeah.
thinking is different. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I got another very important question that came from Ricardo Pial. He said that, what's your opinion about children who do not have father or mother from their early childhood? In that case, a child has only one person to talk to or share with.
Madeline, are you there? Can you share anything?
Sure. So one of the things about children is that they are incredibly difficult, adaptable, and know what's normal or what. It's just normal for them. So a child, if they, as long as they have someone who they know loves them, absolutely loves them, and they have the right to exist and to be, then they will do fine. Because as a child grows in its early years, a child needs to know that they are safe, that they are allowed to exist, and that they are allowed to be who they are. Therefore, if as long as they have their basic food and shelter and that loving interaction with at least one adult, they will do absolutely fine. That families where things are not great, the child has no family member, as long as there is in their education system or wider family who they have as a trusted adult, they will be able to do okay. So as a species, we're hugely adaptable and need very little actually to thrive,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
remarkable. And we're learning that as we are in COVID, that we don't need all the running around that we used to think we did, or all the pieces of clothing that we have been buying, which we realize we don't actually need. So keep it simple. Recognize that our children will do absolutely if they see your face, if you play games with them, if you teach them basic skills of looking after themselves and taking care of the relationships, then that will be the key.
Thank you. Thank you, Madeline.
Okay.
So, Ahmed, would you like to add anything or I can proceed?
Um, I think it's very challenging, and of course,
Yeah.
it is kind of like if the child is been remain alone very early stage without the parents, it is it's challenging. And as Madeline said, they need to be surrounded by the caring adults, so that they can fulfill their, or they can look after them very well. So whoever, if you encounter those kind of things, you try to um, uh, just bringing one challenge in front of you, like maybe you are saying maybe some of you are actually losing your parents very early stage, and you are missing those days, and then that's why you are sharing this um, uh, uh, idea with us. So I think that there's a gap. If it is better to have like it is very, first of all, thank you for sharing this kind of things, because these actually heal ourselves to that we have a open space, or is a um, we have a dependable or a trusted space that there we can share. So you can also, if it is for you or it is for anyone, I would rather say, like, if you have challenge early childhood, do go take some professional help, and talk to some professional peoples who actually mentor or or counsel, so that you actually relieve all these emotions, and it will be better for you to think ahead how we can help and
Yeah.
support other people. So that is my opinion for
Thank
these
you.
things. Yeah.
So
Mm.
before proceeding to the next question, I just want to take few comments. The comment from Sabin Akhtar, she said that
Mm.
I believe our parents' resilience can serve as a model for a child to see how to deal with challenges and how to manage their own stress. Great session indeed. Thank you, Ms. Sabin. Please stay with us and enjoy the session. And the next comment I want to take from Humayun Kabir. He mentioned that speakers here seems like young parents, though you are providing parenthood advice. But believe me, raising children are not that easy because, my friend, every child needs different kind of care. So thank
Exactly.
you for your comment.
Mm.
And then next, Naviha. Naviha, what question you mentioned here, we already discussed about that. So no worries. Just after finishing this live, you can just again start to watch from the beginning. So you will get that answer. So stay with us. And definitely, if you share this video, Naviha, then definitely you are going to get that training manual. So the next question to our guest that came from Mount Hassan again. Can parents really love their second baby as much as their first baby?
Oh,
So,
it is.
Madeline,
Madeline,
I
how
want
about you? Because I have only one, so I cannot. What about you? Mm.
to.
Okay, absolutely. What happens though is you love your children in very, very different ways. And it also, I think, depends on the nature of what's happened and why the second baby's come along. And so it might be that the second baby was an oops baby,
Mm.
or it might have been that you had more help with the first child, and therefore the second child is a little bit more challenging. But I'll tell you, one of the things about growing children is that as long as you're a good enough parent, will do well. In fact, not giving them everything and allowing them to suffer, in inverted commas, a little bad
Mm.
thing. They are learning as they go through those tough times resilient. And if you solve all their problems for them, then when it gets to the hard times like COVID, they don't have the strategies to be able to help and look after themselves. So, as a parent, it's really important that you actually don't make their life so sweet that it's really. And the hard times that people have had in their lives are the things that really make people recognize how they can be competent. And that's what you're wanting to grow your children to be, is competent people. And sometimes that's a hard road, but go back to those 4 questions that I spoke about earlier, and that will help you to be able to parent in a way that enables your children to grow up to be competent, resilient, and really interesting people. Of course, they may not do what you want them to do as a parent, but they are growing up in a world that you don't know anything about.
Yeah.
It's a different time and it's a
Yeah.
different place.
Okay. So
And it's a hard thing to remember that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
let me just say
Yeah.
supplement that thing. That
Yes,
the
yes, sure.
idea is like this is the new thinking. Another new thinking in developed countries, as well as some many other countries. They are now running the training session for parenting. So it's not like you go older, so become a excellent parent. It's better you train yourself so that you know how to handle the kids. So this is very important to learn the skills. Of course, every single child is different, and when you have the training program, because in our training program we do talk about a lot of parental things and a lot of emotional intelligence things. So as a whatever age you are, it doesn't matter, but it is matter that if you are not skilled enough, just only think that by become a father or mother you become a parent is a completely wrong idea in this 21st century. in this 21st century, even just to give you an idea, like when I born, I'm sure that my mother was not been trained how to how to take care of the babies or something. It just, she learned it by giving birth of other four of my siblings. But now if you go having a first time mother, everyone, they have to go a nursing center or the hospital, they have the nursing or the training things, how to handle the babies and everything. So it is not just recently happened, it's just, I think it's more than 20 years back, it's or more than 20, at least last 20 years. I do watch the movies, and you can see these things are happening. So actually that this is called training, this is called parenting. You have to learn, and don't think just you, when you have that white hair and you can say I'm now a good parent. It's never. You can be a good parent when you have white hair. You must have to have that training. This is important. So please, there's a lot of YouTube videos are there, a lot of training manuals are there, a lot of books are there. Read them, enrich your knowledge. It's not, I'm saying training means you have to enroll with some training companies or the trainer. That's, if it is good if you have opportunity, but you can see a lot of YouTube videos. There's so many resources on the online to build yourself, how you can communicate with your kids and how you can help them to become successful in their life, and not to bully them and other stuff. Thank you, Ishita. Carry on.
Thank you, Ahmed. So we will just take another two more questions because we are almost near to the end. So the question from Devangan again: how we can make happy our parents when they get old? And yeah, first we go with this one. So Madeline.
1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute for Madeline and 1 minute for Ahmed.
1 minute. So again, listening to what it is that our parenting from us, and helping our parents to be able to live the retirement that they want. So again, it's communication. Thank you.
Thank you, Madeline. Ahmed, please.
Yes, for my side, like of course, all the time, all the parents are actually, for every single parents wants to see their kids are become successful. So build your passion to become successful. Doesn't matter that, don't build. I always say, like, don't just run after the dreams your parents watching for you unless they are not matched with you, but have the passion to become successful. It doesn't matter whether you are doctor or engineer. It matters just you become a successful and you fulfill yourself so that you can contribute them. If you are not fulfilled, because I see a lot of doctors, engineers, they just complain, because around us, my friends, they always complain, I don't want to become engineer, I don't want to become doctor, I don't want to be do this and that, but I have to do it for my family and I'm not happy with that. But in maybe in general they are not talking about this thing, but inside they are talking about this thing. So this is my request: unless you just try to pursue your passion and to become successful, when you become successful, your parents will be very happy, and that's how you can make them happy too and give them a better retirement life when they become retirement. Yeah.
Thank you, Ahmed. And then the last question for this sessions. So before taking the last question, I just want to give the soft reminder again to our lovely audience that yes, if you want to win that prize, that is the training manual on anger management, so please do share this video on your timeline and just send us a message in our International Youth Summit page that yes, I have shared that video in my timeline, so that you can avail that surprise gift, though it's not surprise anymore. So the next question, it came again from Shruti. Shruti, thank you so much, because you are asking lots of questions and we want our audience to ask us question. So the question is, I feel lucky for having such a supportive parents or family, but there are some children who do not get any support or guide or care from their family if they want to try something new, or if they want.
Can you pop up the question, please? Can you pop up the
yes,
question,
because
please?
it's too big.
Yeah, it's okay, because Madeline is not here. Yeah.
Okay. So that is also one of the reasons why children are going on the wrong path nowadays. So how do you suggest to bring those children in a normal life and motivate them? So what could be the suggestion for them who are not getting support from their families?
Actually, I think I can complement or supplement the other question, like how to make the bridge between this generation
Yes.
gap and others, everything. So there's some question is similar. Actually, now this 21st century, I'm saying everyone to take some training, take some training, arrange some training, invest on training. Just don't ignore this kind of importance. That And actually, when we are in a challenge moment, we always think training, we don't need training. We have education, but remember, education and training are not the same thing. Uh, uh, so do arrange the training if you want to change anyone's life. Welcome some professionals in your organization and ask them to conduct the training for the kids and for the teachers and for the parents. So I always request everyone, especially if you know any schools, even if you go to your child's school and ask the principal to organize training session for the parents, students, and also the kids. And I found very interesting one, that the three-way communication, three-way, like you can, teachers and the students and the parents, they all can openly talk to each other and to find out what are the challenges faces by each of them, to handle or to manage the situation. So this is very important way to discuss. But in this reality, it is we skip these things. We always think the shorter way. We skip the training things. So my suggestion is to, of course, it's very hard, and they need support, and the support should someone like if you, when you have the attention that, or when you notice that these people need support, you must try to involve them. Just for last, this is my last thing to you. So this kind of platform, the International Youth Summit, it is free. It is a free platform for the all youth, and we're going to discuss so many issues on youth development and other things, because we want to make them as successful parents in the later, when they become parents, or we want to make them a successful person. So this is important, that you can push at least 100 people to join this platform, and tell them to watch this video, or when you share this video, you write down, please do watch this video, so that you can at least learn something. I do believe we have given some important tips today, some impactful thing, how to communicate, how to breathe and take care of yourself, and then always start talking with this an idea, so that other people, and when someone share your idea, they always expect it's a very good idea, though I have some other opinion. So always try to become respectful to other people opinion or ideas, and also remain humble to your parents or to people around you. And so that if you face challenge right this moment, when you become parents, at least your kids should not be face the same challenge from you. Ishita,
Thank you.
Madeline,
Thank you,
anything?
Ahmed. So, Madeline, would you like to add some, as a remark with this one?
Yes, so we all get out of bed in the morning thinking we're going to do our best job. Get out of bed and things. And so, therefore, when someone does something that is not nice for you to have to deal with, remember, they haven't learnt and they don't know how, or they've forgotten. And so, the more we can be kind and calm and communicate them, the easier we are going to get along with one another, and will be able to tell us what their concerns and worries are, which means that we can then problem solve together. So it all comes back to communication, acknowledgement, communication, breathing deeply, emotional intelligence is the key to being able to be a wonderful human being in it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ishita, just give me
Yeah,
just last
sure.
moment. So usually, what happens when kids are nagging to us, or what we just pass our phone to them, or we just give them the device, and we don't bother what they're, or we just open a YouTube or something, and we just give them engaged with them. I'm just giving you just as a parent. I'm just giving what I actually do. I look after my kids, like what actually he's watching, and then encourage him. Can you make this video? So by telling them like back 1 year back, now he become a YouTuber, and he's just only 10 years old, and he become a YouTuber, and he released at least three, four, or 2, 3 videos every day, because now it's almost free. And he makes the online comics. Now he start making the online comics. And also I encourage him not just only give time in the device, at the same time read books. So I ensure that he can read books. So I have I ensure plenty of books for him. And I also ensure but it's not new books. I always try to buy the second-hand books, and New Zealand is the best place where the second, and in Bangladesh and other countries you can go and buy the second-hand books. Don't spend money on the new books. New books looks very good, that's very good, but it's better to buy the old books so that you can use the books. So I'm not spending much money on books, but I can reuse the old books, and so that he can learn something new. And also I encourage him to draw, draw something or and paint something. So this is a, you have to make an agreement. That's Madeline might wants to say, and I actually learned this from Madeline. So you make, and I did the agreement with my son. Let's have a contract between us, that how actually we can um, come up with the best idea for our life. So what time he will wake up, what time he will have the breakfast, what time he will take the shower, what time he will start for his school, what time he will do this job, that job. So we make a contract, and having this contract actually give them the authority and also the responsibility how to act. So thank you, Madeline, and this is what I actually really appreciate the Madeline. And she's fantastic, and for us she's like kind of our mother. And she just look after us, and she teaches us a lot of beautiful stuff. So Madeline, thank you so much. I'm sorry that we don't have the good internet connection, and I'm definitely sure that you'll come back again. We discussed this in the season 2, maybe season 2, or maybe we have
Yeah.
another 5.1 impact session
Yeah.
5.1, and we'll again discuss this issue. So uh, trust me, this works. And both,
Sure.
I do respect Madeline is one of the best in parenting, and from her
Yes.
I learned a lot of things, and I apply and I get a very good result. So, and it is not that I, when I have the gray hair, sorry, I don't have any hair, then I become a good parent. No, I trained myself to become a good parent, so that I can deal my, so I'm requesting everyone to take the training program, whether it's from WASDA or from the open platform like the International Youth Summit. You become a good parent. That is the main objective. If you become a good objective, that will be our success. Thank you, Ishita.
Thank you. Thank you, Ahmed, and thank you, Marilyn. Thank you so much for being here and giving us the time. And audience, we're really sorry that we are having the technical problem so that we couldn't. But we are promising you that we will bring Madeline again, once again, in our another show. And today, again, thanks a lot to them who already shared the video and texted us in the Facebook page, so that you will get your training manual over there. And definitely stay with us and share about our today's session, what you learned, or what was the best part or best learning for you from today's session. So you can share that in our comment box anytime. And thank you so much. We are signing out today from here. We will be back again very soon. And our upcoming episodes update you can see from the International Youth Summit Facebook page. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Madeline, can I see your face
Thank you.
last for
Bye
the last
bye.
time? Switch on the camera. For the last time we want to see you.
Yes, so that our audience can
Sure,
see you
sure.
as well.
That you are here. Yes. You look
Yes.
you look beautiful, but
Thank you
yes,
so much.
excellent. You should have
Yes.
pop heart first for single face. For
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yes, here
Yay.
is
Yeah.
our lovely Madeline Taylor. And we are really sorry that we couldn't show her for this long session. But
Thank
definitely she will be back again.
We'll bring you back again.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And thank you all sponsor or the supporter of the International Youth Summit. We'll soon back with some other. We're going to publish our schedules for the impact session. Do watch and like the International Youth Summit page. Please do share and request your friends to come and join. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Once again, goodbye.